Hello and good morning guys. Today we're checked into the brand newly reopened Bab Al Shams hotel here just located outside of Dubai. As part of the tour I'm going to show you around the brand new re-renovated rooms here at the hotel and all of the facilities. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty awesome stay, so why don't you come in and check out these brand new rooms. Well, just before arriving at the hotel, let's check back in very briefly on the hotel's location. As mentioned in the opening clip, this is fairly close to Dubai, in fact around 40 or so minutes drive from the main city areas. Directly from the airport, with that being a little bit further, it's around an hour in total. So for getting that taster of the desert experience, but without having to drive too far, this hotel certainly ticks the location box. As we slowly winded our way up the main drive into the hotel, it was really nice to check out the newly renovated reception areas. They've gone with a much lighter design versus the old Bab Al Shams appearance, and this worked particularly nicely. In terms of check-in, this was nice and efficient. They sat you down in these nicely private little areas and then managed all of the check-in procedures and gave you a full overview of everything that's offered through the hotel as part of the check-in experience. So let's check out those all-important rooms. We had a standard room in the hotel. I'll cover off a little bit later in the video how much I paid for it on this occasion. The theming from the reception followed right the way through to the rooms, and I thought they were looking absolutely superb. The old Bab Al Shams design certainly looked pretty good, but it was starting to show its age a little bit. This still manages to maintain that heritage style, but brings in so many modern touches that looked absolutely awesome. Like many modern hotels today, all of the lighting fittings were really nicely done. There was a range of different reading light options directly from the bed, and perhaps my favourite feature from the room, again staying true to that heritage design, was the ceiling fan. I thought this looked absolutely great. In terms of storage, this is always a really important area of any hotel room, particularly luxury hotel rooms, and certainly in this regard there was plenty enough of storage, certainly areas for suitcases just beyond the main wardrobe, and then a safe and lots of hanging space included as part of this as well. I've mentioned it before in previous reviews, but I think it's the little things that often make the biggest difference. Shortly after getting settled in the room, there was a knock at the door and there were some inclusive snacks that were brought up for us, including these lovely Arabic dates. Again, little touches like that that really do make quite a difference. On this particular occasion, had a room overlooking the main reception check-in area, so you get a little flavour of that through this view just here as well. For me, having stayed at the old Bab Al Shams hotel, the bathroom was the area that I was most looking forward to seeing. The old bathroom featured a really large bath, and that was always a really enjoyable feature. I have to say the look and feel of the new bathroom design was absolutely superb, probably one of my favourite hotels that I've checked out in the past couple of years. Unfortunately, those large baths were gone, but were replaced with quite an impressive looking rainfall shower. I was a little bit sad to see the departure of those lovely big baths, but this was a pretty nice substitute indeed. As part of this large storage unit, there was also then a fully stocked minibar. This is something that's becoming a little bit rarer in my experience in this day and age. So in addition to those complimentary water just there was then the fully stocked fridge and also some additional snacks available. So that's us nicely settled into the room, but what about some of the exterior changes to the hotel? Well, I had pretty high expectations just here. The new owner of Bab Al Shams also manages the Atlantis Hotel and One and Only Hotel in the Dubai city, so expectations particularly high given the quality of those hotels. Certainly some of the minor changes that have taken place are very much in line with where you'd expect in terms of those little touches of luxury. The first stop on this particular tour, however, was a quick trip to the hotel pool bar as part of a quick late lunch. Menu-wise, the drink selection was pretty impressive. Had a couple of fresh juices as part of the lunchtime order on this occasion, and those were really nice. On the food front, a little bit more limited, but certainly up to scratch with what you'd expect from a pool bar menu. On the food front, the burger was a little bit average. You'll probably see that from this particular shot. The tempura prawns, however, were really very nice, so a bit of a mixed bag on the food front. One aspect to consider when staying at the hotel is the different activities on offer, whether it's just kicking back, relaxing at the pool and enjoying those lovely desert views, or something far more active, there really is something for everyone at Bab Al Shams. On this particular occasion, didn't engage with any of the archery or perhaps camel riding, but they would both have been options on this particular trip. Instead, decided to spend a couple of hours kicking back and relaxing and enjoying those gorgeous desert views. Now, if you are staying at the hotel or even holidaying in Dubai, one thing to make sure that you at least consider doing is to visit the Al Hadira restaurant, where this hotel really comes alive and indeed into its own is certainly in the evening as those lights go down and those beautiful hotel lights come up. The hotel really does take on a completely brand new character, and it's something that's incredibly impressive. Now, one aspect that was really nice was that all of the hotel restaurants seemed to have been updated and indeed upgraded. That said, on this particular occasion, there was only really one destination that I had in mind, and it was out across this beautiful desert pathway in search of the destination for that particular night's dinner. So without further ado, I hand you over to myself for a brief introduction as to what Al Hadira is about, and then we'll head down and I'll show you one of the best buffets you've ever seen. So with the day's activities now firmly behind us, it's time to head to the Al Hadira restaurant. This is an outside restaurant here at the hotel, so you have dinner under the stars, which is always fantastic. Done it a couple of times before, but tonight will be the very first time since the hotel reopened following its major refit. So let's check out and see exactly how good it still is. If you are staying, I would recommend booking in advance. Lots of people do tend to come out from the city for dinner at this particular space, so do make sure that you reserve that table well in advance. In terms of the way in which it works, it was a set price for the particular dinner. This was around 400 dirhams per person, which is around $100 US. The drinks were then in addition beyond just some of the soft drinks offered as part of the buffet. Would say certainly when it comes to the cocktail, wine list and delivery of those drinks, top marks in this particular regard. Soon after getting settled at the table, they bring out the starter, which is a selection of flatbreads and then other local accompaniments, including some very nice hummus indeed. When it comes to the buffet, an awful lot of stations available just here. Foods for all sorts of different tastes. Yes, they do have some Western options, but if you are going, I would really recommend indulging in some of the more local options. And overall, the presentation of the food is certainly one of the highlights. Things typically kick off around 7 o'clock just here and go very late into the night. Now, like many similar experiences across Dubai, it's nice and slow, and it gives you the ability to enjoy many different types of food. As part of the evening, there's also entertainment offered, and you'll just get that as part of the fee that you pay for the buffet. So see this more as paying for an experience as opposed to purely just dinner. As part of the buffet itself, yeah, wide range of different food options. I'm a particular fan of actually the raw cooking station, be it seafood, be it steak, be it the kebabs. You get to choose exactly what you'd like from the cabinet, and then the chefs will do it for you immediately onto the grill. So plenty of theatre, and also the taste, I have to say, was particularly good as well. In summary, a really enjoyable evening as ever at Al Hadira. Upon returning back to the room, there was also a turn down service, which is something that you'll see in just a moment. Total price paid for this particular stay was around 1,400 UAE dirhams, which equates to around $400 US. That is certainly the target price that I would expect to pay in season for this particular hotel. Upon exit from the hotel, we took the hotel organised transfer back to the airport, which was certainly a very good service indeed. Guys, really hope that you enjoyed this particular video. If you're wondering where else to stay in Dubai, check out my upcoming video aboard the QE2. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.